Alright, we're started. We live. And what is up, yo fucking weebs, weebettes? Your destructive duo is here. The god of calamity. Where I will punch you in the balls for 5 cents. Don't tempt me, I will. I'll do it for free, as a matter of fact. And I'm here with my boy. Introduce
Hi,
yourself.
Tom Bombadillo. I didn't know he was. I thought you were gonna introduce me. I was over here adjusting my volume still.
You can introduce yourself. You a big boy.
You didn't introduce yourself in the very first episode. We just kind of sat there in silence for
That's
a
very
second.
false. That's very false. I did not introduce myself, but I like to introduce myself. I felt like I didn't have the opportunity to because you hosted the first video, so.
And now you're hosting it.
Yeah, now I'm hosting the Chaotic Discord podcast because your computer decided to self-destruct itself.
You know what? Let's not talk about that. It makes me depressed.
I understand your pain. I went through the pain of having two laptops that wouldn't run anything but Skyrim. So my Skyrim hours multiplied to like 1,800.
The thing is, you can put as many hours as you want into Skyrim, and there's still something to do because of all the mods.
I went through the entire Skyrim, hunted down every single book, and read every single book in Skyrim. Don't tell me about things that there's left for me to do. There's nothing left for me to do.
You read every book that's available in Skyrim.
I went through every single hold. I stole every single book from everywhere, and I read all of them. I read the entire Les the Argonian Maid. And
is that even?
That's fucking disgusting. Like,
is that
let
even?
Me tell you, it is furry porn in Skyrim. It's disgusting.
Okay. You know what was really funny about that is someone at Bethesda had to sit down and write that story and put it in the game.
And you know what? You're disgusting, Bethesda. How dare you? Give this man a raise.
Yeah.
He went through torture and brought out his soul.
You know, he's out there getting paid to write of erotica furry porn. So you know, he's winning it.
I gotta know what young aspiring artist site did you go to that you just hit copy and paste and replace with Argonian with the just put in front of each man.
That could have been what they did too. You never know.
Because that's what I would do.
There's some random Patreon story erotica writer out there who has like no subscribers and they just stole all of his work and he has like no basis to sue them for anything.
Rip. Well, anyway.
This was a very odd introduction to our
topic for today is anime quotes, and I'm going to read to all of you the Lusty Argonian Maid.
I will gladly. We can just take turns reading chapter after chapter in the next episode, and we will just read the entire thing.
It's really not that good.
It's not even that long.
You know what's really bad is the entire 12 volumes of Berenzia is a lot more interesting than the Lusty Argonian Maid. And that's just like an entire history. They're absolute garbage because they read like a history book.
Oh god.
They're still better than the Lusty Argonian Maid.
I remember reading one of them.
You don't even know. Actually, I've been putting a lot of my time into this game called Valheim Online. And man, is it addicting? Because it's like Skyrim, but it's also like a build your own shelter, so it's kind of like Ark mixed with Skyrim.
I think I've looked at that before. Is it good?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. I got it in the beta phase, so I got it super cheap. $12.99 I think, or $15.99, but your screen frozen.
Oh damn, this webcam does that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay.
It's gone. Is it back? Oh shit, there he is.
I have to turn it off and on with my keyboard shortcut, and that it'll unfreeze for a few minutes. That'll probably have to happen a lot.
Anyhow, so you know what I've been rewatching recently, and goddamn is it so goddamn quotable. But Code Geass, how the fuck does that have so many good ass quotes in it?
I would not know. I haven't read Code. Although you know what Ace has me reading right now.
Code Geass. I've made you watch Code Geass.
Well, I watched a little bit of it. Nah, you haven't made me watch all of it. But you know what?
Well, you need to go watch that because that has the most top tier, #1 out of everything anime ending of an entire lifetime. Because honestly, the entire second season is absolute dog shit because you don't understand what's going on. but that ending is just so goddamn perfect and clean that it still takes number one ending for any anime in my book. So you need to go watch it because that ending is a story of a lifetime.
Okay, so you know what? Ace, we were talking about it last night. We were at the bar. You know what? I watched one episode of last night before I went to bed.
What?
Triage X.
What?
Is
Is
that
that on
not one you?
Crunchyroll or Funimation? I don't think
No, I watched it on Crunchyroll.
wait? I don't think I know it actually. I don't think I watched it.
It's about a group called Black Label, and they did basically just assassinate the filth in the world.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I have. If it's been a while since I think I watched it.
It's definitely etchy because Ace recommended it. So
I mean, like that's fully expected from Ace. We need to have like a hentai episode on here and just bring Ace on to talk the entire time. He'll be our expert opinion. You know,
on
when you
what?
call in for like that, like Pawn Stars, you call in for like the experts. We get Ace walk in here talking about
It's
hentai.
like a lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
And what is the most popular hentai to date? Ace.
And we're gonna call our neighborhood expert Ace to tell us
The
the answer.
neighborhood expert. Like he's not even an expert. He's all knowing. He's a god on that subject. I think. I'd imagine so. I
You
don't really
know,
know, nor do I want to know what Ace has
you know
actually
what?
watched.
Let's not kink shame Ace. Whatever he wants to do with his life.
Listen, I will not king shame Ace. He does what he wants, but I just don't want to know about it.
That's true. I agree.
So, anyhow, but at the time of recording, I just should let all the viewers know, happy May the 4th at time of recording, because we dummies and we stockpiling these shits. It's May the 4th, you fucktard. It's Star Wars Day. I gotta let people know that, man, May the 4th is disturbing. Come on, get out of here.
So, I'll bring up the next quote because it's from my favorite. It's from Full Metal Alchemist. We actually talked about this in another episode, but I want to bring it up again. Roy Mustang's quote
by Mustang?
The world's not perfect, but it's there for us trying the best it can. That's what makes it so damn beautiful.
Yes.
And that is
by far one of the best quotes. And also the best quote I think that came out of Full Metal Alchemist was in the first episode. When
yes,
they
I will
talk
find it.
to fucking what's her face and he's like, you got two good legs, get up and walk.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk about what he starts listing off what the human body is made of.
Oh no, no. That did not have as much impact on me as you have two good legs, get up and walk. Because
yeah,
he's a
that's not. I don't think that's the first episode, is it? That's
like
when he comes back. That's when he goes back to Leon, isn't it?
No, it's the first time he arrives because in Brotherhood it's like the second or third episode, but
yeah, when he goes back to Leon, that's when what's her name raped and has
was the first episode. But it's still early on because I was living with Leor the first time.
I was thinking of when he goes back and what's her name from that city has been raped and has a kid. I thought that's when he said it to her.
No. He said that when like she.
Yeah, he says that in the beginning.
Her boyfriend wasn't actually coming back. She was talking to a parrot man who squawked her name, and she's like, "That's my boyfriend that died. Oh my god!" Spoiler alerts, guys. If you haven't like watched it, get the fuck catch the fuck up. Come on, leads. Can't be disgusting degenerates like us without watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I still stand by, and we can have this argument in another episode. I still stand by. I like the original series better.
I refuse to acknowledge even your point because that's not going to be an episode because you're wrong. You're utterly wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
But anyhow, before we break off into an entirely new tangent that takes up the entirety of this episode, let us switch over to the real ones. We need to figure out what's the next quote. All right, let me know. Tell me the next quote right now. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna do one from Fairy Tail then. I know you don't like Fairy Tail, but this is a good quote.
Fairy Tail is good quote.
Fear is not evil. It tells you what your weakness is, and once you know your weakness, you can become stronger as well as kinder.
Yeah, that was from Gildarts, right? The Natsu when like during the fucking strength exam.
Yep.
See, you guys say I don't like it, but you haven't watched all of it. I've actually been watching Eden Zero so far.
Well,
Let me tell you, Eden Zero is just fucking weird.
is it
I don't know
weird?
what to
I
make
haven't
of it
tried
so
watching it
far,
yet.
cause like, so with Rave Master, you had swords and magic, right? With Fairy Tail, you had magic, and now we have super scientific technology that's like magic.
That's true.
And I'm just like, come on, Hiro Mashima, you get some flavor in your shit. Like, stop going back to magic. Like, come on, calm down, and don't use your Natsu lookalike. Literally made another Natsu for the main character.
Well, yeah, because he's had Lucy in every single one.
Well, no, Lucy's changed every single like train. She's actually changed hairstyles and
You
like
still
face.
know it's her. I mean, he changes her body a little bit, but you
Like
still know it's her.
Ellie was completely different personality. Was the same personality as Lucy, but Ellie was a different face. Same with this new
Yeah.
girl, Rebecca. Rebecca has a different face, same personality though. Actually,
Hmm.
like, I think Rebecca looks a lot better than Lucy or Ellie ever did, personally.
Is Rebecca the new one in Eden Zero?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll have
I
to.
don't know.
Okay, now I
Maybe
gotta
that's
look.
just me. Maybe I just have a thing for bangs. Maybe like having short hair done up in like a little pigtail is just kind of childish to me. But you know, each their own.
She the one with the
Sorry
pink hair?
guys, I'm not like Sanji licking lollipops. I'm not a lolicon. What can I say?
Is she the one with the pink hair?
What?
I'm looking at a picture, but I don't know which one's her.
Who? Lucy or Rebecca?
I don't know. Rebecca.
Rebecca's the one with the. She has like dark blonde hair, brownish blonde. I
Oh,
don't
maybe
know
this
what
is
the
dark.
fuck to call it.
This picture's weird shading. Maybe it's dark blonde. I'm
It
fucking
looks like it's a
colorblind.
dark blonde, yeah, in the anime itself.
I
But
understand what you mean. She does look better than Lucy.
I think so. I think like she looks more appealing than Lucy. Not just me.
Yeah.
I think she also looks more appealing than Ellie because she looks like
Well,
she's
in
mature.
retrospect to that, though, that was like his first ever thing he drew too. So he's gotten much
Yeah,
better
but you
at painting
know,
and detail.
I just felt like during the entirety of like Fairy Tale, he could have made Lucy look a little more mature rather than like how she looked. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But anyhow, I guess we should go on the next anime quote. We'll see if I know it
Yeah.
immediately, like last time. The last couple times, every anime quote you've stated so far, I've known straight off the bat. Who said it, where it was at, how it was said. I can even deliver the emotion.
Okay, we're gonna do a Naruto one now. I don't like
Boring.
most of the Narutos that are on this list, but Itachi says some good things.
Itachi's a
Itachi has some
god
good
level
things.
character, that's why.
So this
Like,
is Itachi's quote: "People's lives don't end when they die;
it
it
ends
ends
when
when they."
their faith dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that. That's because that's the top tier Itachi quote of all time.
that
Like
is
that's
a
his
great
best
Itachi
quote.
quote.
Like that's Itachi's best quote for a reason because that's actual truth. It reminds me of that so that Macklemore song that came out, what was it? Glory or something like
Oh,
that.
is that the Skylar Gray or
Gorgeous?
whatever?
Where it's just like, well, he says it at some point there's two deaths. One is the day that you're put in the grave, the other is the day that they forget your name.
Yeah, I think that's Glory or
I want to say
Glory.
it's the glory days or the good old days or whatever the fuck it's called.
There's
Or
also one
the
called Gold Days.
yeah, the glory days. And
No,
it was
there's a
the
song called Glorious. There's a song called Glorious, and then there's
I think
another
it was
song called Good
glorious.
Days.
I think it was glorious.
I don't know. I have the lyrics right here. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it's glorious. Should be towards the end of the song, but like that reminds me exactly of that quote right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
guys,
It's
I listen to
Glorious.
Macklemore. Don't hate me
It's
for it.
actually near the beginning of the song. It's the second verse.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know Macklemore songs. He likes to put the chorus like five separate times for the second verse, so
Yeah.
that's not really surprising to me. Yeah, but I still think one of the best quotes is via Code Geass. It's probably my favorite quote of all time, where Lelouch describes happiness to Suzaku and the others. He's like, yeah, so happiness is a lot like glass, where like if you're looking straight at it, just looking for it, you're never gonna be able to really find it. But if you just change your perception a little bit, it'll just shine brighter than anything. And I don't think he's like, yeah, and I don't think anything can argue its existence more eloquently than that. And I'm just like, that actually kind of like slaps a lot differently, like when you listen to then like him talking about it. But I don't know, Kokiyash just has so many quotable moments. I mean, it's not even like your typical shonen because it's an like he's an anti-hero entirely.
Really?
Oh yeah, Lelouch is definitely an anti-hero. He's not like a safe like I will follow the rules. Like he's like nah, I will win and be as low as I can be. And it's just really funny
Okay,
because
I've got one from One Piece, which is a really good one because it's said by Don Quixote, Doflamingo,
was it the one about government?
the one about justice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Bad that
those
I
who
know
stand
all
at the
these off the
top,
top. As soon as you mention who they're by, I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. This very place is neutral ground. Justice will prevail, you say, but of course it will. Whoever wins this war becomes justice.
That's very true.
That's not
They
true.
said that
It's just
Marineford Ward to all the other warlords.
is that he didn't say it on his own island? I thought he said that on his own island when he was fighting Luffy inside his like bird cage.
I can't really remember. I remember him saying that specifically. I just don't remember when. I thought it was during the war.
I don't remember him talking very much during Marineford.
Well, like it was when all the warlords were sitting in the same room, and then Sengoku said something about justice being the one to prevail.
Yeah.
Oh no, that might have been also on his island. I get a lot of the Don Quixote ones mixed up because of the fact that he said so little before, but then he had the entire Dressrosa
He's
arc, which was
so little.
phenomenal. Except for Sabo. Sabo was like the big like annoyance of that to me.
You don't like
But
Sabo?
we'll get into that later, One Piece fans. We'll dissect One Piece in a podcast episode at some point. Because goddamn doesn't need to be dissected. Like that's probably gonna take a couple podcast episodes to be real.
What to
It's just
dissect
so
One
fucking
Piece?
long. You know what's honestly really amazing is how the hell does Detective Conan have like 1,000+ chapters, but in the manga time, the entirety of time that's passed is like a year and a half.
What show is this?
Detective Conan.
Oh yeah.
So how does this man in a year and a half have over 1,000 locked room mysteries that he solves? Like, what time of day do you have?
I don't
Like,
know.
how much time do you fit into a
Tried to
single
read it and I
day?
couldn't get into it.
Like, I need to know. Like, how do you do this? A year and a half in 1,000+ cases. Like, bro, you on super speed, and half these cases are overnight cases. So that's at least 500 overnights. So what the fuck? Where is your time going, Detective Conan? I need to know how to manage time as well as you do. Teach me the ways of time management. That's all I want. That is all. Because that is ridiculous. But you got any ones out the what's next on the list for the anime quotes?
I'm gonna pull another one from Naruto because it's another
Ew.
great quotable character. This is from
Ew.
Pain. No,
What is
Pain
it?
has great quotes.
Pain's entire character was just a fucking like quote.
Exactly, I know, right? Everything he said was like, "Oh, that makes so much
You
sense."
shall know pain.
So,
This is the quote about pain, isn't it?
so Payne's quote: "Religion, ideology, resources, land, spite, love, or just because. No matter how pathetic the reason, it's enough to start war. War will never cease to exist. Reasons can be thought up after the fact. Human nature pursues strife."
Yeah, that was a good one by Pain, but that's just like Pain's entire like view on life. He has such a depressing
No,
view,
it's
and
so
that's why
depressing.
I like Pain as a character. I think he was really great to the story, but as a person, he's just depressing. Like I would
Well,
not want to be his friends.
I mean,
He's
if
one
you
of
look
those
this
friends
way,
that
I'm
are
from
just
too.
like I joke around and be like, yeah, I'm gonna die, but like everyone knows that I'm joking. Like, I would never actually kill myself, but like, he's one of those people who'd be like, "Yeah, I really want to die," and then like, you actually have to be worried about him dying because he's that depressing. Like, even as a kid, he was that depressing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he watched his entire like village suffer through war and get murdered.
Yeah, same with the other two, but Yahiko still had some fucking optimism. Like, learn, bitch.
Yeah.
So, no excuses. And also, you have the village reject, retard, dummy motherfucker that has plot armor thicker than your mama's fat ass waist.
Wait, I'm frozen and you're frozen on my screen. Oh, never mind. There it went.
It doesn't matter because you're not frozen on my screen. But
Okay.
holy
I just
fuck,
sure.
dude, like, Naruto is just as bad as an upbringing. Like, there's other people who have just as bad as upbringings, still aren't
But yeah,
gloomy bastards.
and that's how Naruto wins is his talk no jutsu. He just
Yeah,
talks pain
that
about
his
wanting to
plot
fight him.
armor that be thicker than your fat ass mama's waist. Like, he makes your mama jokes look bad because his plot armor is so thick.
It's very true.
Like, guys, you heard of Snake? Like, Snake walking around with his dummy thick ass cheeks? Nah, man, this is dummy thick plot armor. You missed it, the entire joke that I said, and I'm so
No, I
disappointed that you
said it.
didn't laugh.
I'm reading. I was trying to find the next quote, and
I
this is the
got it.
number one quote on this website,
It's a
and it's
lie.
good, but I don't. It does not deserve to be number one.
What is it? Death quote? No quote?
No, it's first season Sword Art Online.
Oh, no way. It does not deserve to be there.
It is said by Sachi. Do you remember which character Sachi is?
Fuck Sachi. Little dumbass bitch deserved to die. Listen, if you go into a room that obviously has a single treasure chest,
You
and you
don't
all
open it.
decide to enter the room at the same time, you all deserve to die. It's that simple.
I do get what they were going for with like character building with
No,
Kirito's
that's not character
character.
building. That's just character destruction. There was no built off that character. It just
No,
made
there
him
was
afraid of
character
guilt.
building in his personality
It
that happened with
didn't
that.
add
Part of
anything
what
to his
being a solo
personality.
player.
He was always a gloomy bastard and lonely bastard in the first place.
So that
Like,
just made
the
it
only thing
gloomier.
it did was keep him away from other guilds for a time, which was his entire character was the lone swordsman.
Yeah.
So he already had that going for him, which he could have kept without the death.
Well, I mean, it wasn't his fault. They were the ones who went in there and did it.
I know.
It's not
I
like he
fully
told him to
don't
go in
think it
there and
was
open the
his
chest.
fault. I thoroughly agree that, but like, there was no character building for him in that.
No, I think there
Like,
was.
I don't think so. No. I
You just don't like the first season of Sword Art Online or the second season.
No. I don't like all the fucking plot holes in the first season of Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online, go look at Log Horizon, study them, and then redo your entire goddamn first season, please. Because
That would
the
be really
fact
cool.
that the fact that like you couldn't even spell dissolve correctly. You did die solve. There's not two solutions. It's dissolve. There's two S's, not one, you dummies. At least get like the English right. Fuck. Like, there's so many small things about SAO that just piss me off. And honestly, if it wasn't for Alicization, I would not watch any more of the SAO franchise. But
I still like the
Alicization
first
brought it
season.
back.
I still like the first and
Alicization
second.
makes sense. Alicization covered all the plot holes and then destroyed.
You are way too obsessed with the plot holes in SAO. Just enjoy the show.
There's too many. The entire thing is worse than an Indiana Road. The entire plot holes are worse than West Virginia's goddamn swimming pools of plot holes. Like, come on. This is an entire sink pool of plot holes in SAO.
I can't even. I don't have anything to say that.
Because you know it's true.
Great.
We all know it's true. Like, there's no way that it's false. Come on. We all know. Because
But
the
okay,
fact that
some of
it's
the
so
things that you
fucking
know,
ridiculous.
some of the things that you think of as plot holes, a lot of people don't realize. Like I didn't notice the dual wielding one until SAO Abridged.
Yeah, well, that's why SAO Abridged did so much better, in my opinion, as a story in general, because they covered up a lot of the plot holes by making jokes at them. But the issue is,
but
there
that's
were
not
so
covering a plot
fucking many
hole.
of them
That's
that
just
every
looking for
single
plot holes.
episode of SAO Abridged, they were just like, yes, guess what? We're covering this entire plot hole in the series. Makes sense. We got it out of there. And that's why the storyline for SAO Bridge is 10 times better than the actual story for SAO itself. Like, that's why they listen, there should not be so many plot holes that you can write the entire abridgment arc based off every single plot hole there was. Like,
I'm
your
not saying
story
you're
should
wrong.
be just as
I'm
good
just
as the
saying you're
abridgment.
way
The
over
abridgment should
obsessed
be
with it.
funnier. But
I
I'll
am
leave it
not
at
saying
that.
you're wrong. I'm just saying you are too obsessed with the plot holes. Just enjoy the anime.
Bro, I can't. They're so bad. It's not even like it's a good bad. It's just bad. Like Exxon.
I still
Exxon
like.
is an atrocious anime. Like it's top tier 0 out of 10, but it's such a fucking train wreck that it's funny to watch and interesting to watch. SAO is not even a train wreck like that. It's like a solid like 3 out of 10. Because if
No,
I were to give it a
I give it a
0, I
6.
would mean at least I watched a train wreck. I don't even get to watch a train wreck in SAO. It's just watching an entire like train move at like 3 miles per hour. And then time leap down 6 years. Not 6 years, that's exaggeration, but like
There I am.
but SAO is just bad. Do not SAO is not worthwhile. Just start at Alicization. That's all you need to know.
No, watch the first season at least. You
Don't.
can skip time.
You can skip the first season. You can skip the second season. Don't skip
No,
the third season.
Gun
Third
Online is
season was decent. Skip the fourth season, and then watch Alicization.
wait. The
And
fourth season is
if you're
Alicization.
really feeling like peckish about watching some SAO stuff, I guess you could watch Ordinal Scale. That actually made more sense than any of the actual like previous SAOs before it. Like, at least it made sense physically that Kirito is not as good as what they made him out to be in like SAO. You disappeared.
On my way. Yeah.
Yeah, you
One second.
disappeared. I lost your screen, Holmes. I gotta.
Should be back now.
Yeah. But just
Oh
SAO
wait.
is just really
This
bad.
just popped up
And
on Google's
there's no way
recommended.
Sachi should get the top quote because she's a dumbass little. Oh. She deserved death, and you heard it first. I have no regrets saying that.
Wait a minute. This popped up on Google's top search list. Dirty anime quotes.
Oh, this would be it.
Yeah, I'm curious.
High School DxD has to take like the top one probably.
Oh no, I've never heard of Gaia Online. I don't know what this is.
Wait, Gaia? Oh god, no. That was a nightmare show.
I do not.
Oh, wait, is Gaia Online the same one I'm
Like
thinking
links
of?
to pictures. I don't really want to click on them because I don't know if I trust this website.
I wish I could actually like switch screens, but I have it set whatever screen I have showing for my OBS. So
I can share my.
I really can't switch screens right now. Which also means I have no idea like how long our call is gonna be going on so far. I feel like it's been like 20 minutes. I don't know when we started. What 6:30ish? IDK. It's all the same. I'm going along for as long as I can. Hit me with that next anime quote, and you're gone once more. Oh, I see.
Haha.
Oh, you're talking about Gaia Online as a website.
Yeah. Oh wait a minute. Oh, so I can't switch.
I was thinking about an anime that was named Gaia.
Change windows. How do I change windows? I want to go. Let's look at this one. This is what I was on. This is what I was using. There we go. You are gone on my screen. I only see my.
I see you over to the side. It's fine. I don't give a fuck. But
fine. I didn't want to look at you either.
It's alright. I know I'm gorgeous. I'm too pretty for your mic that your PC to handle. It would have crashed. I mean, if you would have gone any longer.
Anything would crash this laptop. Doesn't take much.
I know, because I'm just simply too gorgeous. Look at this. Look at me.
I can't see you. I just said that. I can't.
You can do what?
I can't see you. I'm looking at my screen on both pages. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't know that's what this was going to do.
RIP. RIP. Yeah, well, anyhow, hit me with that. You know what, honestly, I think is a really... Why I think I fell... Because I noticed something. for a lot of anime, like a lot of like certain shonen characters really piss me off, but I think there's one shonen character that should, personality wise, really piss me the fuck off is Asta from Black Clover, but he doesn't. And I think I figured out the reason why. I actually adore Asta from Black Clover. Because unlike the rest of them, he was legit born with absolutely fucking nothing the entirety of his life. Like, he was born an orphan in a little small town village, had no magic power whatsoever, like the rest of his fucking, like, unlike everyone else in the world who at least, like, had a sliver of magic power. Like, he was literally the bottom of the bottom. And that's why whenever like I've found whenever he goes on his tirades about never giving up, like it makes sense to me. It's believable because of the fact that he had absolutely nothing and still never gave up and got to where he was. Like it was such like that's such a beautiful thing to me because I saw that shit. I'm just like, bro, like I understand finally because it took me the longest time to figure out why I love Austin to death. Because normally his type of character pisses me the fuck off. Because it's a Naruto who is born with all these gifts and all these powers and doesn't work at anything. Just kind of gets handed a lot of things. But with Asa, he actually worked for everything that he did, and it
Naruto
made
had to work
sense.
for it.
Yeah, but like not Naruto was born with an insane amount of chakra because of
But
like
he had
his
to control
Jinchuriki.
it. That was his problem, was learning to control. What the hell?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the difference between him and Asta. Asta had no power, none whatsoever. And he worked. He's the Rock Lee. If Rock Lee was given an anime, that would be Asta. And that's why I love it. Because I loved Rock Lee's character to death. Far more so than Naruto. Naruto's plot armor is just too fucking stupid.
So is Sasuke's.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree with you. But like they have no fear like with Black Clover. They don't have the entirety of like, yes, so like tragedy
Be
does
fine
happen to our
with a manga
characters.
about Kakashi. I want a manga about Kakashi growing up, like under the
Bro,
fourth.
I would rather like have one of those too. Like Naruto was not an interesting character to me. In fact, I hated
He
Naruto a
was
lot of the
to an
times just
extent.
because he was so annoying.
Well, believe it.
And it's also why I didn't like Blackstar at first until he went through his entire character progression. Like the loud mouth, like little shits that spew on and on about having no hope. Like fucking Natsu pissed me off because he was the same fucking way. Like there's a difference between like actually working for something and then like spewing that nonsense that makes it feel legitimate than when you have all these overpowered abilities that you were born with and then you're like you can't ever give up like there's just something false in their words, but when Asa says it you know it's true because he literally came up from nothing, had nothing, no magic power, nothing, worked his entire body to shreds and constantly works out still. Like he's a fucking workaholic, and that's the hard work that pays off. That's why he never gives up, and that's why I think I adore it in Asta is because of the fact that in a magic-centered society, him having no magic, him having no status, and working all the way up to where he is, makes it authentic, makes it believable, and that's what's so goddamn beautiful about Asta. Like
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it because I haven't read that.
Like my entire that's my entire tirade on like why Us is one of the best written characters I think, and then a lot of shonen. It's also why I like Tanjiro because Tanjiro is a very real, mature character. Like yes, he still feels sorry for the demons and stuff, but he'll still slay them because of the fact that they've killed people, and they're still gonna kill people. But he's
Where was like we know where Goku ranks. He's part of the trash tier with Naruto. Where does Luffy rank with you then?
the thing is, Luffy isn't annoying to me because of the fact that Luffy's his entire character is built stupid. Like he's a
I think
stupid
he's meant to
person.
be stupid. Like he's meant to be like
He's meant
like
to
a
be a
silly,
stupid, goofy,
happy-go-lucky.
charismatic character. That's built in. But he also doesn't be like, yeah, like you need to never give up. Like he's just like, no, just believe in me. And that's why Luffy's. I wouldn't put Luffy in the trash tier. I'd actually put him in a high tier. Like if we were to make, we need to do a tier list at some point of like anime
can do that.
characters, like pro
We can.
tags, and do an actual tier list of them. Because I would actually put, if we were to do a tier list, I'd actually put Luffy at like A or B tier, a high B, low A tier. Like I
Okay.
really would, because I think Luffy deserves that.
I have a quote. I do not know what this is. I have never heard of a place further than the universe. That's where this quote is from.
What?
Have you read that?
I don't think I have.
I don't know this one. But the quote is really good. So the quote is said by someone called Hinata, oddly enough. When you hit the point of no return, that's the moment it truly becomes a journey. If you can still turn back, it's not really a journey.
I mean, I agree with that wholeheartedly. That sentiment. Like once you
I'm
decide to
very
burn all
curious.
your
I've
bridges
never
and
heard
go
of
ahead
this
with your plan.
manga or anime.
I mean, there's another quote that I forget who it was by, but I want to say it was from Bungo Stray Dogs, and it was talking about regret. He said, "You don't ever regret the things that you did. You regret the things that you never did, like you didn't do." And that's honestly, I feel like far more of a truth than anything, because like I've never regretted things that I've done really too much. I regret things that I haven't done. I regret decisions that I haven't made. But there's few and far between moments where like I've ever actually regretted an action that I took. So I forget who made that quote though. That's really gonna bug me until I figure it out later. And then I'll randomly remember when we're talking about something else, and then you'll just hear me exclaim it out loud. So be warned. If I just exclaim out a random ass like person from an anime, that's why.
He's just having a seizure. Ignore him.
Save me, internet peeps. 2 weeks into the future, save me from my seizure. You disappeared again. Oh, you're back.
Ooh, this is good.
What?
So, uh, Universal Warriors, another one I've never heard of. Have
I
you?
don't know that one either. I don't think.
Okay, this is said by some character named Alibaba, which oddly enough, again, is just another character's name from Magi. But you don't like
Well,
that
that's
character.
Magi. Alibaba's a common name. It's probably just one that had like super powerful characters, like the Fate franchise.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Fate
Anyways,
actually didn't have an Alibaba for the mage.
in Universal Warriors, this is the quote. If nobody cares to accept you and wants you in this world, accept yourself and you will see that you don't need them and their selfish ideas. And that's deep.
I've heard that quote before, so I might have actually watched this. I might have also just read it before. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was like another different anime than Universal Warriors.
That's what it's credited as, said by someone named Alibaba Saluja in
I
Universal
don't
Warriors.
remember. I think it was someone else that I heard say that. I
It's
don't know. It might have just been like
wait a minute.
it just easily me like actually having watched Universal Warriors at some point and hearing that. I could have also just randomly read it online, so it just seems a super familiar quote that I heard like a couple of at some point. I don't know. At some point, a lot of the anime quotes started like mixing together. I still think like the coldest one, well, for a quote of all time, will
Wait a
forever
minute.
be the Halo 3 Mastermind saying, "I am a monument to all your sins."
Oh no, I was gonna save that one because I was gonna switch over to games here in a second.
We're switching over to games, and like that's
Anyway,
still the
real
coldest
quick,
quote of
we're
all time
I've
because like you can't
what
get.
Universal Warriors is. It's not a real thing. It's a fan-made universe that's a mixture of a bunch of different animes. So that was actually from Alibaba from Magi.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
about to say like I thought it was actually from like
this Universal Warriors thing is some fan-made wiki fan art manga something that combines a bunch of different universes
no, it was
together.
actually from Magi. Like I thought it was from an anime specifically.
I read it. I think he said it in the manga too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Alibaba did say that. That's why it sounded so familiar to you when you said
Yeah.
Alibaba.
Yeah, but apparently
But
Universal Warriors is just some fan-made universe of a combination of like a bunch of different animes and stuff. I don't know.
yeah, probably.
Weird.
You know, us fans love to do our own thing.
Okay, we want to do games now.
Yeah, I already switched it over to games. You just decided to bring it back to the anime quote. The
I just
explain the
wanted to see what
Universal
Universal
Warriors.
Warriors was.
But
Let's.
still, greatest quote of all time goes to the grave mine.
Yes.
I just think that's like the coldest quote you could ever have. Did you see that one meme of the fucking like soldier with like the fake like balaclava mask, looking acting like a complete dumbass, with the
What?
arbiter standing right behind him, and like it's
Oh.
them taking a selfie with the fucking killing the prophet of regret or truth,
No, I've
and
never
it was
seen
like
that.
the funniest fucking meme that I ever saw because I was just dying because it was like a fucking just a dumbass photo of a fucking military guy acting like a retard with a balaclava on, and then the arbiter standing right behind him acting just as stupid.
That
And then the
sounds funny.
prophet of truth just hanging dead, and they were taking a fucking selfie with it.
I've got a funny quote. This is from the Joker says this in Batman Arkham Asylum.
The
So
Arkham series is such a good series.
this is the Joker talking to Batman. Tell me, Bats, what are you scared of? Failing to save this cesspool of a city? Not finding the commissioner in time? Me in a thong? And that last one, yeah, I love that.
Bro, Joker's like I would be terrified of the Joker in a thong. Like that would be on my list of fears. We know it's not on Harley Quinn's list of fears, but that's on my list of fears.
Do we need to put a Skyrim quote in there? Do we need to put the famous Skyrim quote in here?
No, we're not going to
What?
go with Parthenax. The true famous Skyrim quote, in case you all were wondering, is did someone steal your sweet bun or sweet roll?
No, the best one is an arrow to the knee.
No. It's
That is the
oh,
best.
did someone steal your sweet roll? Fucking nerd.
No,
Cause
the
that just
arrow to
implies that like you're looking for like something super sweet and like some candy like you're a fucking child and you're crying about it to a goddamn guard and they just don't give a shit and I love it. The arrow to the knee is just fucking retarded. Like, and we all know Parthenax has the worst quote in that entire game. The Lusty Argonian Maid has better quotes than that.
what was Parthenax's quote? You know how long it's been since I've played
Is
Skyrim?
what is better? Is it to be born good or to overcome your evil nature with great effort? That's Parthenax's one. That's on one of the greatest. I think that's normally on like if you clip a list of like greatest quotes of all time. That's normally
What's the one quote that's always it's really good. It's like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself
That's
become a.
Batman. That's from Dark
Is
Knight.
that from the movie?
That's from the Dark Knight. Yeah,
Okay.
because that's Harvey Dent saying that about Caesar because Caesar was the one who seized power because they gave all the power to him and he just never let it go.
Yeah, Harvey Dent, Two Face said it.
Yeah.
I think this was before he became Two Face though.
Yeah, that was when he was he was trying to be the fucking whatchamacallit.
He was trying to be like the commission, not the commissioner, but he was trying to be like the DA or something, the district attorney or the prosecuting attorney or something. I don't remember.
Attorney. I don't know. I don't know politics that well. I don't care enough about it. Besides, he's Two Faced now, so it doesn't matter. He never got
No,
there.
that's still a good quote because it's true.
It is. It's very true. But can what was there was a couple of quotes from the BioShock series. Hold on, I'm gonna go through my phone.
There's quite a few I have from BioShock here. I read one a second ago that was really good. Let me find it. I'll read it.
BioShock has some really good quotes.
Here's one. Okay, this is from BioShock. I don't know who said it because it's not giving me a character name. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them, a chance to learn, to find love, to live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said, but I think I know. A family. Oh, this is said by Dr. Tenenbaum, and he is speaking directly to the player. And it only occurs during the game's good ending. I have never played BioShock.
Bro, Mass Effect 3 still has one of the best quotes of all time.
There was a Mass Effect 3 quote up here somewhere, too.
Well, it's probably the one that it says, "Stand in the ashes of millions of souls." and ask the ghost if
I
honor
know the one you're
matters.
talking about.
The silence is your answer. And like that's
Oh,
just such a fucking powerful quote.
that is a good quote. This is a Mass Effect 2 quote that they have on here, and it's not that good. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, this is good from Far Cry 2. You can't break a man the way you
I
break a
literally
dog.
just saw that one.
The harder you beat a man, the taller he stands.
You're on inspirationfeed.com, aren't you?
I'm on gamedesigning.org.
Oh, okay. Because that's literally the same quote as soon as he decided to read it off, and I was just like, oh, shit.
Do a barrel roll. Star Fox
Do a
64.
barrel roll! Star Fox is
Do a barrel
great.
roll. God. Let's see here. What else do we have? I don't like.
Fucking Captain Price is not that interesting of a guy. I'm sorry. For all you Black Ops fans, he's not. Or Modern Warfare fans, he's not that good of a character. Oh yeah, here's another one from Bioshock, the original one. No gods or kings, only man, by Andrew Ryan from the Bioshock series. The Bioshock series is so fucking good though. I honestly, top
I
tier
want to.
storyline, gameplay's 10 out of 10. Like it's just good. It was a banger of a series.
Here's a great quote from the first Halo. A hero need not speak. When he is gone, the world will speak for him.
Here's one of yours from Gears of War 2. As a matter of fact, life is cruel. Of this I have no doubt. One can only hope that one leaves behind a lasting legacy, but so often the legacies we leave behind are not the ones we intended. From Queen Mira, Gears of War 2. What I hate this so much. So, within top quotes, they have a Zelda quote from Link himself, and it's just dot dot dot.
That's all. That's actually really good because that's all he ever says, and I love
Because
that.
it
That's
literally
like
says Link
that's
dot
so
dot dot The
self-aware.
Legend of Zelda, and then in parentheses any of them. Like I am dead on
That's
this site.
that
They
is.
were wilding when they
I
did
love
that.
that.
That was hilarious. Well put. Best quote ever.
Here is a great quote from Ezio in Assassin's Creed Revelations.
You.
Dude, the first 4 Assassin's Creed, 1 through Revelations, amazing. Starting at 3 when they started doing the American Revolution, all the way up until I'd say Odyssey, fucking disgusting. But Revelations, this is Ezio speaking to his companions about the nature of the Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Order Creed. It is merely an observation on the nature of reality. To say that nothing is true is to realize that the foundations of society are fragile and that we must be the shepherds of our civilization. To say that everything is permitted is to understand that we are the architects of our actions and that we must live with our consequences, whether glorious or tragic. I love Assassin's
So
Creed.
I just want you to know that there's still a single greatest quote of all time. Outside of like the Gravemind quote. And it's a Dark Souls quote, so you'll appreciate it. By Solera Vastora.
Praise the
Praise the
sun.
sun!
I just saw that one.
I
I
had
wasn't
to.
gonna say it because it's
Praise
so.
the sun.
That's like the
Solera Vastora.
that's like the 3 dots from the Legend of Zelda one. It's like everyone does that in Dark Souls.
Praise the sun. Yeah, well, like it's the only one worth saying, worth saying from Dark Souls. Let's be real. Or you died.
Here's a great one from Red Dead Redemption. There are 2 ways of arguing with a woman, and neither one works.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Man, the first Red Dead was so good. I didn't beat Red Dead 2, but the first one was amazing.
You know, I actually never played through any of the Red Dead, so.
Oh, dude, number 1 is so fun. You know what? I have to get some World of Warcraft quotes in here because of how long we played it for. We need at least one or two.
Is there any worthwhile ones?
I don't know, but we're gonna look. I'm gonna see.
Hold on. We're also yeah, cool. Alright, so I'm actually gonna share my screen real quick, and we are going on to YouTubes, just so like we can get those good fancy fields into us. No, Chrome. Yo, game. Whoa. Alright.
Oh, so okay, this is a good one. This is a conversation between Sylvanas Windrunner and Varrock Sourfang. So Sylvanas says, "All their hope dies with you," to which Varrock responds, "You cannot kill hope. Hope remains."
Alright, so I'm gonna go play this 20 best video game quotes of all time, and like we're gonna hear them in the original entirety of what they are.
Oh, let me turn up my volume.
Have been
okay,
some
I'm gonna make sure I hear 'em.
video game.
Where the hell's my volume? There it is. Okay, I'm ready.
And let's get into it. Do me a quick favor, everybody. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like so you can get the ever so days, the genius of the whole.
Is that
no
an
matter
ad?
how long you
No, this is a person saying them. Never fucking mind.
Aw.
R.I.P. I give the fuck up. I don't care enough. I'm done. Yeah, I give up. R.I.P. Yeah, nah, that ain't working, so I don't care enough. Let's fix this a little bit. But, hey, your screen's gone.
Damn it.
Wabam. Feels
And
so
I should
weird,
be
'cause, like, my webcam's over here, but I have to look over here just so I see your face, and it feels weird, like, just staring at my webcam. Feels like I'm doing, like, being a creep, because I should be staring at, like, the screen. That's why I'm, like, looking back and forth constantly. Feels so awkward. Out of place, if you will. Oh, hey, you can see little Luffy standing up at the top of my screen. Dope. My screen is tilted. Damn. There we go. Now it's straight. Nice and straight.
I do see him up there. Now that you said that.
Yeah, well, I'd hope so. I kind of put him up there so you could see. I also got a new, I forget. I think that was from. I got Rock Wraith Razor up there. I'm sure you could tell since you've been reading Tower of God. So what are your thoughts on Tower of God so far? Like, how far you got?
Let me see. I'll tell you exactly.
Because that's such a god tier. Like, I'm waiting for more chapters to drop. Like, so much. Because that's just a god tier show. It's a god tier webtoon. One of the best in that entire thing. And I think it also had the best anime out of all the 3 webtoon anime that dropped.
I am on chapter. Oh, I did not want to click the stupid ad. Go away. Let's try this one. See if I'm here. Did I make it here? That's chapter 20. I'm on like chapter 27. So I'll tell you what just happened. The Crown game just ended in the second floor, where he thought he saw Lahel
so
in front of it.
good.
He thought he saw that girl Lahel or whatever her name is in front of him.
Rachel.
And you and Ace both call her Rachel, but on Kiss Manga, their translation has her name as Lahel.
Kiss Manga's wrong. Download the actual webtoon app. You can read it all for free.
Well, I'm on towerofgodmanga.net right now.
Yeah, no, I'm saying her name's Rachel. That's her actual name. Go on to the webtoon. There's an app called Webtoons. WEBTOON. And it will give you the entirety of Tower of God for free. With no ads.
Okay, so it does say Rachel. I hate when they do that.
Her actual name is Rachel.
Okay. Ace was telling me that too, and I believed him. I was just like, why? Then why does it say Lahel? Anyways, that makes a lot more sense because Lahel doesn't really.
Translations because they can't have that. They have to actually they scan it over and then redo it.
Oh. Okay. Well, I am at that part. He just saved her from getting hit, and then the crown game ended, and they're at like the rest period 3 days later or something.
Yeah. That's actually that's a pretty decent place to do it. If I don't burp, stop that. That's a pretty good place to stop at. That's halfway through the intro, part 1.
Yeah, they're almost. They're getting ready to end the second floor.
First floor. They're on the first floor.
No, he made it off the first floor. They're on the second floor. The first floor was that big fish.
They're still on the first floor.
No, it says second floor. The first floor was the first floor was the
floor of test. That's why they're still undergoing tests to become regulars to climb the tower.
It says
I promise you.
It says second floor.
So you're also reading a jank ass translation. I'm telling you right now, they're on the first floor still. I promise you. They're still on the first floor.
But it says 2F.
It's wrong. Whatever version you're reading is wrong. They're not on the first.
On the webtoons version.
Floor.
I'm on the webtoons website now, looking at it.
They're on the first because the first floor is the floor of tests. That's why they're specifically taking tests to see if they're worthy to climb the tower. They shouldn't be on the second floor at all.
Oh no, it says second floor. It says 2F.
They wrong.
Okay, well, go tell the writer of the manga that.
Well, I wish I could, but they're kind of on sick leave for like the past year, so.
I know.
It's really upsetting. Either way, still a god tier webtoon. Out of all of them, I think it's the best one on webtoons. Shout out to CU for creating a masterpiece. But, so what do you think so far of it? Who are your favorite characters? What do you think of it so far?
My favorite character is the alligator. I love the alligator.
Rock Wraith Razor? I love Rock. Good old Rock.
Coon. I am very interested in Coon. I don't understand a lot of his character yet, obviously, because I haven't explained a lot.
Is the ultimate
but my
waifu.
favorite character is the alligator.
Understand. Coon is the ultimate waifu.
But isn't he a guy?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a waifu.
Okay.
Coon's like the greatest like bro that you got at your back. Like he is your ride or die. Like Coon is the man. It doesn't matter like where you put him. He just is fucking amazing, and I love him. Like his entire character is outstanding. He knows he's good, and he flaunts it when he needs to. But when he doesn't, he doesn't. That made absolutely no sense, but I understand. Like Coon doesn't get good until the second part.
Okay.
Like that's when you see Coon getting good, and that's
when
Coon.
I want to go ahead and say that I believe we have approached our hour here. We've delved away from quotes now.
I mean, like we still got 3 minutes for the quotes. Well, I'll actually, like, we got 3 minutes on the recording itself, but, like, I can count this as time, like, it's fine. 3 minutes ain't that much. But,
no.
Well, I have any closing remarks, I guess, since we're being forced into this early retirement?
No.
By you?
I was just bringing it up. I didn't know how long we'd been on for. My call just said
it's an hour ago. We're at 58 minutes.
I have a quote pulled up. I have the one where Edward Elric lists the entire chemical makeup of the body.
All right, guys. That's it. That's the final quote. The chemical makeup of human body. Guess
what?
I could go buy this on a child's salary.
You can.
That's right. We're bringing back child labor, too. Thank fucking God.
Okay. So this is the very first or second chapter of Full Metal Alchemist. Water, 35 liters. Carbon, 20 kilograms. Ammonia, 4 liters. Lime, 1.5 kilograms. Phosphorus, 800 grams. Salt, 250 grams. Saltpeter, 100 grams. Sulfur, 80 grams. Fluorine, 7.5 grams. Iron, 5.6 grams. Silicone, 3 grams. And 15 other elements in small quantities. That's the total chemical makeup of the average adult body. Modern science knows all of this. There has never been a single example of successful human transmutation. It's like there's some missing ingredient. Scientists have been trying to find it for hundreds of years, pouring tons of money into research, and to this day, they don't have a theory. For that matter, the elements found in a human being is all junk that you can buy in any market with a child's allowance. Humans are pretty cheaply made.
I I kind of want to like just point this out there for that show. Why did no one try actually just creating a regular human body, no soul in the first place? Like, I feel like that's the first logical step, is to
Well,
make sure
no,
you can create a human body, like a vessel,
that is
no soul or anything, just like a human corpse.
that's what the homunculuses are.
No,
They're
but
they're
they don't have souls, but like they're also based off like the entire like dwarf and the flask. They're just the representations of the sins that he
they're
took
made
out of
off.
himself.
Okay, well, like, it
But what
depends
I'm
on.
saying is, listen to what I'm saying is, why did no one ever make a goddamn fucking corpse first? Like, they just straight jumped to putting a soul in a human body with all the trace elements. Like, I feel like a corpse makes perfect sense to start off with, and then you put the soul in the corpse.
I understand, but another thing is, if you it depends on which anime you're going with. The homunculuses in one of the anime are made based off the
Yes,
unsuccessful human
but I'm
transmutation.
not saying anything. I'm talking purely with no soul transfer whatsoever. Just make a goddamn fucking corpse. Why
Yeah,
didn't
you just
any of them
make,
like
you mean
try
just
doing
make a
that and
mannequin.
then experiment with the corpse?
You mean just make like a mannequin, like a human body that does not.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Why did no one think of this? Like, come on, guys. This is
I
why
agree.
alchemy hasn't researched past it because you're just going straight into souls.
Well, we
You're
don't
not
know
going
that no one
into
has tried it.
body manipulations. You're doing experiments with corpses, you fucking weirdos. God,
We don't
get your
know that no one has
necrophilia
tried it.
on, guys.
They
Come
just
on.
tell us.
Fuck those corpses. Your screen froze. And I can't really tell, but you look dumb as hell.
Thank you. I tried.
You're welcome. You just had your eyes closed, you're about to take a drink, and you're like, you look like that. It was kind of funny.
It might not come back on. It might just stay off for the rest of this rest of this episode.
Alright, people, this episode I think is
Oh,
over.
oh,
So, anyways, you are back in time for the end. You got any closing remarks for our viewers?
see ya, bitches.
Alright, guys, like, subscribe. You know the doodads, and doodles of YouTube. Please don't report me for being a fucking weirdo. If you do,
Where you
shame
just said
on
no.
you. Become a fucking degenerate. Stop being a little lazy piece of shit. Talk to me face to face. We can run them hands. I'll punch you in the balls for a nickel. I swear to God. And with that, I am out this bitch.